What's up, guys? Welcome to the inaugural episode of Time Machine Tuesday. I'm Matthew Swanberg, co-host of the weekly NBA talk show The Debate Mates, and today I'm here to tell you guys just how good Tim Duncan was and how he stacks up against some of the other all-time greats. Before I start, remember to subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date on all the new content. We've got our normal episode coming out tomorrow where we are going to discuss some of the recent NBA news, most notably James Harden's first few games as a Brooklyn Net. Also, if you haven't checked out yesterday's vid on the top 5 stat lines of the week, make sure to give that one a watch. And finally, if you have any ideas for future videos or things you'd like to see, leave a comment. Now let's get to it. When you talk about the all-time greats in the NBA, Tim Duncan is kind of an enigma. To some, he's mentioned in the same breath as guys like Kobe and Shaq, but for others, he's not even the best power forward of all time. It is considered a fringe top 10 to 15 player. I attribute this wide range of rankings to the team he played for. When you think of the big fundamental, you think of the Spurs dynasty. No matter how good a player for the Spurs is or was, they are always sort of lost in the shuffle because the Spurs are always great and play a system that involves everyone almost equally. But when you look at Tim Duncan as an individual player rather than a piece of a great team, you start to see his greatness. For starters, you can make an argument that Tim Duncan is the greatest defender of all time. Although he never won a Defensive Player of the Year award, Duncan has the most all-defensive team selections in NBA history at 15, with 8 of those coming as a first-team selection and 7 on the second team. He also led the league in defensive win shares 5 times and is 5th all-time in blocked shots with 3,020 for his career. And one of the most important parts of defense is ending the possession with a board, which Duncan did great as well, finishing with the 6th most rebounds of all time with 15,091. Timmy got it done offensively as well, finishing his career 15th in total points, tallying 26,496 over his 19 seasons. He also averaged at least 20 points and 11 rebounds for 8 consecutive seasons and had 12 years in a row averaging at least 19 and 11. And he's the only player in NBA history to have 100 defensive and offensive win shares. Speaking of wins, Tim Duncan is possibly the greatest winner of all time. He's won 5 NBA championships spanning over 3 decades, starting in 1999 and winning his final one in 2014. Duncan has won nearly 72% of the games he's played in, giving him the 9th highest winning percentage of all time, and has won almost 63% of his playoff games. Timmy D has actually never missed the playoffs and is the only player in NBA history to have 1,000 wins with the same team. Tim Duncan's individual accolades jump off the page as well, as he has won 2 MVP awards, 3 Finals MVPs, and is a 15-time All-Star and 15-time All-NBA performer. Finally, when talking about a player's all-time rank, you have to see how they stack up against other greats. In head-to-head matchups against other top players like Dirk, Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan, and Shaq, Duncan has a winning record and averaged 23 and 11 against them, while holding one of the most dominant players of all time, Shaquille O'Neal, to just 22 points per game, which was 7 points lower than his regular averages over those seasons. One of the best ways to measure a player's greatness is their efficiency, and Tim Duncan's efficiency rating is higher than both Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson, and is only narrowly edged out by the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And speaking of Kareem, Tim Duncan joined Kareem as the only players ever with 26,000 points, 15,000 rebounds, and 3,000 blocks. If you ask me, Tim Duncan is a lot closer to the top 5 than a lot of people realize. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you tomorrow.